Hey guys, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're hearing us from. Okay, my name is Manuel Akonuche, your sales and relationship therapist. I welcome you to Akonuche Relationship Talks YouTube channel. Today, on our Love Bible series, we'll be discussing on the signs to know if your partner is cheating in your relationship. Signs to know if your partner is cheating in a relationship. Note, relationship here is not really a young boy and a young girl or married people. This one is that people do make sometimes when they hear about relationship, they hear about marriage. It will be as if when you are married, you're no longer in a relationship. Relationship exists even in marriages. Okay, that bond between a husband and a wife, that bond that sustains marriage is called relationship. Okay, so that is it. So these are few of the signs to know if your partner is cheating on you, or signs to know if to be aware that things are not really okay in your relationship. We have number one on our list here today. We have number one, we was talking about a breakdown in communication. Okay, communication, a breakdown in communication is never a positive sign. If you can't get your partner to communicate with you, agree with you, even fight lightly with you, there's a problem. Okay, so there must be this bond, this closeness of communication between a partner and a partner. So if all of a sudden that spark went off, there's a sign that your partner is seeing another person elsewhere whom he or she is giving their time other than your relationship. Okay, and if at a point in your relationship words like I love you, oh darling, babe, sweetheart, I miss you, words like I love you, I miss you started to disappear gradually from your communications. You guys will have a long communication. You can't hear word like I love you at the end of the communication. This could also be a sign that something is wrong with your relationship. Probably there is somebody somewhere who is receiving all this I love you, I miss you, that you have not been receiving all this word. So it's a sign, it's an indication that something is wrong in your relationship. That's what we call stone warning. Stone warning, signs of stone warning. You know, any slight thing he or she will change topic. Okay, they will start changing topic, like they will start changing subjects to avoid some uncomfortable topics. When you bring an idea, when you bring an argument up, they will try to avoid you. They will try to avoid talking about it, because definitely they are aware that should you continue with that conversation, something is going to come out from their mouth. So they will try every means to avoid talking with you. They will freely walk out from you without saying anything. They informally end call on you without saying anything. You know, when you try to bring up maybe something you notice that is going wrong between two of you, they try to avoid saying it. They try to avoid discussing it with you. These are signs that something is really wrong in your relationship. Okay, when you realize a problem that needs two persons idea to come to a solution on that particular problem, they will be feeling I don't care, it doesn't concern them. So this could also be a sign that something is wrong with your relationship. We have appearance and hobbies. You are a fan of trousers. As a man, your wife don't like trousers. In fact, she sworn never to wear it. But all of a sudden, you see your wife putting on trousers. You're not even the one that got them for her. She bought it by herself. She wasn't a fan of makeup initially. All of a sudden, you see your partner becoming in fact a makeup artist on her own. If she want to go down the street maybe to get some things, she will fix herself on a mirror, get herself made up, spend time, minutes on a mirror before she can now step out. Things that she weren't doing before previously. These are typical signs that something is wrong with you and your relationship. Secondly, too, if even the trousers she's putting on, you have been disturbing her, want to get for you, she said no. All of a sudden, she got them without your knowledge, without asking you for money, without, this is a typical sign that all is not well in your relationship. Okay, two, taking care of yourself and devoting yourself to new hobbies it's also a positive way of living. But when these hobbies and this your new life started taking much of your time that you should use to commit in your relationship and marriage, you now giving much of your time and attention to your new hobby, your newfound lifestyle. It's a sign for concern. Okay, it's a sign for concern. Your partner now develops a new hobby that takes more hours of his or her time toward its commitment on that new hobby. You now find out that your partner is spending much time on his or her new fun hobby. When you try to show concern, hey babe, what's up? You've been here, what are you doing? They will get offended. They will get offended with you. Like they will pick an offense at you. They will be like, what is it? They will brush you off. They will even threaten to fight you if you don't get your life off from their hobby. Wow. Now you'll be wondering, which kind of hobby is this? You started a new life, you started, maybe you are working on an app, this and that. Let me see. They won't allow you to come close to their phone, their system to even see what they are even doing. Okay? Now the question is this new fun hobby, this new luxurious hobby, is it a secret code? Is it a secret code that another person should not see? So if they started developing this hobby, this character towards you, you know that something is really wrong in your relationship, and you have to talk about them or you walk away. Okay, so another one is this: suddenly your partner started dressing more nicer than he or she normally does before. Okay, dressing more nicer, and the outfits they are getting, they are not from you. Maybe you normally get them clothes before, they normally give you a description of the type of clothes they like to wear, you get them for them, but all of a sudden they start getting it by themselves. They don't even care whether you get for them or not. They started, those attitude. Like there's something is wrong with your relationship. Probably there are somebody out there whom they are now dressing for, no longer you. Okay, it's a red flag. It's a typical sign that all is not well in your relationship. Okay, we have this one, this one we call attitude changes. Your partner may experience work stress or problems where he or she works. It's a normal thing. Every human being actually is not even a machine. So there is tendency that you develop stress, from work, activities and all that. Okay, but if those stress now, instead of you to share it with your partner, your spouse, to get a headway, to get console, at least to have a shoulder to lean on, you choose to do it all alone, showing attitudinal changes up and down. This is a typical sign that something is wrong within your relationship. Okay, your partner suddenly start exhibiting signs of low self-esteem. In psychology, self-esteem itself can be seen as, let's say, an overall subjective sense of personal worth or value, like the way you rate yourself as an individual. This is your worth. This is whom you are. We have high and low self-esteem. Now your partner suddenly started exhibiting these signs of low self-esteem. They don't practically care about themselves again. They develop this habit of talking down on themselves. Even when you try to tell them, no, don't go there. You are more than this. You are special. You are the best. You are this. They say, no, 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 I am not. They will not be trying to remind you that you don't deserve them, that they don't deserve you. That there are other people out there who are more better, more, industrious, than them. So that you should go out there and find those better people, for that they are, in fact, as it is now, that they are even bringing you backward from your progress. They will keep on talking down on themselves, talking down on themselves. They don't even care. Those things, they are doing it probably because if you as their partner could no longer contain those words that they're doing, you may decide to walk away. They will not leave you. They will be saying all these things so that you can now decide to walk away by yourself. Now they cannot have time to go and meet their new fun lover. So when your partner start exhibiting a low self-esteem on themselves, there is every indication that all is not well within your relationship. Okay, on this one, you notice that your partner has a sense of confusion every time. Something he or she can comfortably do and walk away. They now try to bring some confusions there. Even when you try to learn an idea, they will try to fight to. They just, you know, you understand. They won't even listen to. They won't even like you to share your own idea about the particular thing, the same thing that is causing confusion to them. They will like to do it alone, do it by themselves. If your partner started behaving this way suddenly, this is a very big indication that something is wrong in your relationship. They become more negative about themselves. They cannot even say anything good about themselves again. They will start misbehaving, talking down on themselves, trying to remind you that they are not doing well. Even when you try to tell them, yeah, come on, you are doing well, you are the best, they say no, they are not. Okay, they are doing all these things just to get at you, to make you get angry, to make you always have this feeling that am you sure I'm not dating a wrong person, stuff like that. When your partner start developing this habit, this attitude, there is every indication that something is wrong in your relationship. Okay, he or she gets defensive anytime the issue of infidelity is raised. Wow, if you mention cheating, how men are sleeping with young girls, how women are sleeping with young boys, how partners are no longer faithful in their relationship and marriages, they will pick offense. They will start defending, asking you, wait, what is this self? Every time you be talking about this cheating, 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 cheating. Are you God? Are you sent? Or no, stuff like that. You know that something is wrong in your relationship. When cheating, talks of infidelity started sounding harsh and they are comfortable in their ears, you know that something is wrong in your relationship. Okay, when you ask them for reassurance about the love they have for you, to reassure you that we are still on the same page, we are still lovers, we are still in this relationship together, between things, anything, any problem at all that comes within the relationship, we sort it out. They fail to, in fact, the responses they will give you towards this, you know, will not be, you will not be comfortable with it. So if they start sounding that way, they can't reassure you they love you, they can't reassure you that all will be well, they can't reassure you that they are together, you know there is a very big problem in your relationship and marriages. Okay, we have lying and avoidance. This is it's a common thing in relationship. No, it's a common thing. When a woman or a man started lying about every typical thing, you ask him or her, they will start lying. Yeah, dishonesty in marriage is the worst thing that can happen to any man, woman, anything, any woman, any partner, business partner, whatever thing. When there is a case of dishonesty in anything you do, you have lost it. If you can't trust, somebody cannot be honest, you can't give that trust again to somebody, you are in trouble. Your relationship, your business, whatever, your content, everything has collapsed. So if this issue of dishonesty become a presence in your marriage, there is an indication that you are losing it. Okay, these avoidance strategies may indicate that your spouse might be cheating. You feel they are now avoiding you, you become avoided. Okay, anything they are doing something, they will not like to include you again, they will not like to involve you, they now try to do it by themselves. Previously she can call you on phone, babe, please can you get me ice cream from the eatery along the street, while coming back you carry for them. But now they choose to go there and get it by themselves. They don't like to bother you, they don't like to include you, to involve you in anything concerning their life. This is an indication that something is wrong in your relationship. Okay, they don't want to go to places with you anymore. You guys normally go to cinema to watch drama, you go to eatery together to eat, you go to beach together, but all of a sudden they started developing this habit of isolation. They want to be on their own, they can travel alone. Even when they want to go on a vacation, they prefer to go alone to a vacation, to a beach, and meet other people there without their partners. If your relationship is experiencing this right now, this is an indication that your partner is planning life somewhere with another person other than you. It can be a sign of cheating, and you need to work on it. Okay, or you walk away from such relationship. Their friends seems anxious about you. They have told their friends so many things about you. When they see you now, will be like, is he this man? Let us find out. They now become inquisitive, about you and all that. They accuse you of cheating. even without evidence. Any small thing you do, they will accuse you. Even when you answer phone call of a business partner, they will accuse you of cheating, even without evidence and all that. Your partner becomes so secretive. They will develop this high level of secrecy in all their dealings. They no longer include you, they no longer involve you, they no longer share that bond between two of you as partners in marriage or whatever. They now decide to do it on themselves. Even when the thing is choking them to death, even when they want to die from whatever thing that is bothering them, they now feel happy to die alone than to discuss it with you. They now feel this happiness of discussing their life issues with somebody outside there than you, their partner at home. So when your partner started developing this habit, this attitude, my dear, everything is wrong in your relationship. Indifference. They started showing apathy or lack of interest in everything concerning you. Okay? Everything concerning them, they don't care again. When your partner starts developing no sign of jealousy again about your dealings, you have completely lost it. They no longer care. They no longer show this kind of jealousy that lovers normally show. Anything you do, even if you like, come into the sitting in the living room with another woman or another man, they don't care. They practically do not care how you live your life again. They are they are secretly extracting their feelings and their love from yours, telling you you can live your life. It's your life. Come on, it's your life, babe. You can live. It doesn't matter. You do whatever you want to do with your life. If your partner has started developing this habit, my brothers and my sisters, uncle and dad, there is everything wrong in your relationship. And you hear that act fast, or you will see it consuming you. Okay. So another one is they become indifferent to family events like birthdays and holidays. Your birthday, they are normally the people that wake you up by 12 if you are not together to wish you happy birthday. All of a sudden, they start forgetting about your birthdays and all that. Your birthday, they will remember it. And when you try asking, they'll be like, I'm sorry, I forgot today is your birthday. How possible is that? How did you suddenly forget that today is my birthday? We've been celebrating this birthday for years now. So how did you suddenly forget? They no longer get you gift on your birthday. They no longer care to call you, to text you, and to pray for you on your birthday. If such things start happening in your relationship or in your marriages, you know that something is really wrong with you. Somebody else somewhere is taking those time. Somebody else somewhere is taking those feelings. Is now getting those attentions that your partner is no longer giving you. Okay? They suddenly start acting lazy. Small thing they used to do before, within 2 minutes, they will do it for the whole day. They start acting lazy, attitudinal changes and all that. If your partner start behaving this way suddenly, not in them before, suddenly, all of a sudden, this is an indication that all is not well in your relationship. Okay? Changes in their sex life. Yeah, normally, fluctuation in sexual intercourse is not really a big deal though. It's common. It's common, especially when you start getting bored, when you start getting busy with wars, contracts, and all that. But sex in marriage, in relationship, should not be done the least, because sex normally is what is what survives a relationship and any marriage. Okay, so it is not common to have frustration in the frequency of sex in your marriage or relationship, but this sense may indicate possibility of an issue or an affair. There is considerably low intimacy or connection in your relationship. No connection at all again, no bonds. Everybody now live the life the way they want to live it. Your sex life is practically non-existent. Okay, when your partner constantly battles with sexually transmitted infection, did you hear me? STI, sexually transmitted infection. Sexually transmitted infections are always contacted through sexual intercourse. You can't contact them through dirty toilet. You can't contact them through things you eat, the food you eat, or fruits you take, water. No, this is strictly from sexual intercourse between a man and a woman. Your partner constantly started developing this habit of having sexual transmitted infections, whereas you are free. You guys go to hospital, you take on you partake on what is it called, laboratory tests. She will be fertile with a particular sexually transmitted infection. He or she will be fertile with a particular sexually transmitted infection, and you are free. How come? Did you breathe it from your mouth? How did you develop this? This could be a sign that your partner is seeing somebody somewhere This could be a sign that the partner is cheating on you somewhere, and it's a red flag. It's a red flag, it's a sign of cheating, and you need to address it. Okay, that is that one. So we also have one we call money issues. That is number 7 on the list. Money issues. You see your woman, your man, you know their financial strength before they start living large, spending cash, spending beyond their expenditure level. How come? They didn't tell you about any contract they won or any increment in their salary, whatever, and all that. Their income did not increase, but they started living this life for spending more than they normally do before. This could also be a red sign. It's a red flag. It's a sign that something is wrong in your marriage. Somebody somewhere is bringing that money that they're spending. Maybe sugar daddy, sugar mommy, one big boy or big girl out there is feeding them with the money and they're spending it. They no longer care how you feel and all that. You will see big transactions coming in their bank account, going out from their bank account. They didn't intimate you on any business deal they are having. But all of a sudden, they start having these big contracts, big money flowing in and out of their account. This could also be a very big sign that something is wrong with your relationship. How did they get money? How come they didn't tell you? So it's a sign that something is wrong in your relationship. Okay, they stop planning for large event together with you. They don't stop planning for large purchase. These are people that don't talk about we are going to build a house. Babe, see, we will buy this land, we will build house, we will try and do this, we will open this account to make savings for our kids. All of a sudden they stop. They don't even talk about all these things any longer. They now spend on themselves, not caring about family life whatsoever. If they start developing this attitude, this is a very big sign that something is wrong with your marriage, that everything is not well again with your marriage. Okay, we know that every relationship and marriages, almost all of them at one point or the other, do have some financial stress and incapabilities and incapacities. But if your partner now all of a sudden started developing spending large beyond the way they used to spend before, my dear, there is an indication that something is wrong in your relationship. We have change in technology use. Infertility is always reviewed online, okay, in text messages and phone calls. Now, if your partner's phone suddenly becomes unreachable during the day, their phones suddenly becomes unreachable during the day, this can be an indication that something is wrong with them. Something is wrong somewhere. Maybe probably when they go out to see a friend, to see a new lover, they switch off their phones. That is that one too. They changes their password often and on without sharing it with you, but they knows your own password. 2 3 days they don't change their password. They have changed their password. They won't share it with you. You won't know the password. At home, when you come back from work or from the daily activities, you will now find out that they normally play every browsing history that they do with the computer at home. So you will not know the site they normally visit and all that. When your partner start behaving this way, you know that something is strictly wrong with your relationship and you have to act or it will consume you. Okay? When your spouse fitness tracker shows exercise at odd hours and time, she normally does exercise, let's say in the morning by 7, but when you go to work around 3 p.m. in the afternoon or 4 p.m. as the case may be, her exercise tracker is showing exercise. Her fitness tracker is showing exercise. What exactly is she doing on gym on that particular odd hour? So if her routine started changing, especially during your absence, there is something is wrong in your relationship, and this is something you will have to calm down within yourself to find out what really is wrong in your relationship. Okay, sometimes they sneak out. This is the most important one. They sneak out to make calls and to answer phone calls. They no longer feel comfortable answering call when you are around. When their phone ring, they will silence the phone. They only answer call when you are not around, or if they want answer call when you are around, they will sneak out, maybe to the toilet, to the kitchen, or anywhere. If you are in the bedroom, they will sneak out to the sitting room. If you are in the sitting room, sneak to the bedroom or visitors room to answer their calls. They no longer feel comfortable you hearing them when they communicate, when they have conversations. If your partner started behaving this way, this is an indication that something is wrong in your relationship. Now the big question is this: what should you do? What are we going to do if we find ourselves in situations like this? Are we going to kill ourselves? Are we going to divorce? Are we going to kill them? Or are we going to set the whole building ablaze? Are we going to call police for them? No. Issues of unfaithfulness are not things that you should do alone. Issues of unfaithfulness are things that you have to share with people. You don't do it alone. If you notice that your partner is cheating on you, or his or her behavior have changed, it's advisable you walk up to them and ask them certain questions, engage them to know actually what is really wrong with them. Okay, there is no definitive way to tell if your partner is cheating or not. In fact, what may be warning sign in my relationship might not be anything of concern in another person's relationship. It's as simple as, in fact, some of all these cheating signs might be subtle in some ways. Okay, so it is only maybe subtle in some ways. It is only lies and stories that stop adding up to cheating that now you find out that this is really what it is. Okay, when stories and lies stop adding up to the cheating, that is when the cheating now normally comes to light. He will tell you stories, he will lie, you will understand, you will move on. But at a point, their lies and cheatings will no longer be adding up. It will no longer be adding up. You know, if they lie, you catch them. If they lie, you catch them. That is a very big sign, and then you now understand that okay, all this while they have been lying and all that. So never think of coping with issues of unfaithfulness alone before you make any decision on whether to quit or to leave your relationship. It is advisable that you visit a relationship therapist. Go for therapy. Either you go alone or you go with them. You go alone. If you go alone, what you were told were not satisfactory, or there are some therapy that if you want to undergo them, you must come with your partner. So if you find out that your own case needs something that two of you should be talked to, not only you, you have to go with your partner, okay, before you can make any decision of quitting the relationship or not. But in a situation whereby your partner, after all your effort to drag them to meet a therapist, they refuse to go, they don't care to go to fix the problems, to fix the differences and all that, it is advisable that you quit such relationships. Because if you don't quit such relationship and marriages, you may end up seeing yourself one day meeting your ancestors, because you cannot be in a situation whereby you are being faced with some financial difficulties and you are also getting some emotional difficulties too, all in one person. It doesn't work that way. So anytime you are having any issue of infidelity in your woman, in your man, in your relationship, in your marriages, in whatever thing you are doing, it is advisable that you look around you and look for a therapist. Walk up to them and receive counseling from them. This is the only way you can save yourself from future heartbreaks and all that. Okay, I think we all enjoy today's Love Bible series on signs to know if your partner is really cheating on you. I want to thank you all who have given out their time to watch this our program, and I want to plead with us to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Akonuche Relationship Talks. Subscribe our YouTube channel, share with your friends, share with your family. You know, if you have any friend or any partner, you have any friend or any colleague that is battling with relationship challenges, you should not hesitate to share the link of this YouTube channel to them so that they can watch. You know, they can be coming here from time to time to hear some things, to listen to some lectures that might particularly change their life. Our mission statement is just to help you sustain your marriages and avoid further heartbreaks in your relationship. I remain your friend. I remain your therapist, Emmanuel Akonuche. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our channel today, as we'll be bringing up some interesting contents that will help you stabilize and sustain your relationship. Thank you and remain blessed.